Hey everyone, Tony G. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the anterior tib, okay? This is a muscle that typically runs in the front of your shins. Now, it is responsible for dorsiflexion, or bringing your foot up. Typically, it can run a little bit tight, so it is an area you do want to foam roll. However, it can be a little bit sensitive, especially because it runs very close to the tibial crest. Often when people are foam rolling the front parts of their legs, it can be an area of tension. There's not a lot of musculature in this area, so be gentle, take your time with it. For those martial artists out there, this is kind of a great way of kind of strengthening your tibia, basically, because you are essentially rolling it. Now, there is something that's called the iron bone method, where they actually take metal rods and they roll it up and down on the tibia to kind of calcify and make it stronger. This is not necessarily the goal of the foam rolling. However, it does kind of happen inadvertently, and where a lot of the tension, especially through this area, tends to get decreased, and you can kind of feel a good blood flow into the foot, as well as kind of just strengthening this when it comes to any kind of contact, as this area tends to be very, very sensitive for a lot of people. That being said, take your time. You can also integrate what's called a slight mobility drill, where you can work on your dorsiflexion of your foot. This is going to help with running, walking, ambulating stairs. People who typically are kind of post-knee surgeries or any kind of like ankle kind of trauma, you do want to strengthen this specific motion, because it can gear yourself in the right direction for normalizing your walking pattern. That being said, let's just get straight into it, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to have the foam roller. You're going to go just below the kneecap. I kind of go just to the tibial crest, and then just run straight down to the top, to the bottom of the ankle, and up and down, just kind of working that area. Typically, we will do, we'll do 1 minute in this area, and then, actually, because I do these bilaterally, I'll probably do 2. If you are a person who can tolerate doing them 1 at a time, good for you. That's pretty impressive, because this is a lot of force. Okay. That being said, let's start. So, time ratios. 2 minutes. Start at the top of the knee and back and forth. Okay, and we're just gonna roll and kind of feel for any areas of tension in our leg. So typically when you first start foam rolling, you want to scan the area, feeling for areas of tension, something that you may want to address. If you're going over an area, you're like, oh, that is really tight. Like, okay, right there. That's pretty tight for me. What you can do is you want to flex your foot up and down. Point your toes towards your head, and then away, towards your head, and away, towards your head, and away. And over time, what you're going to notice is that it starts decreasing all that tension, especially in the area. Now, the longer you are on a foam roller, the more intense it's going to be perceived, because what happens here is that your muscles actually give in to a certain extent, because at first they're going to be very, very rigid, tense, and then the more time you put on them, it's just going to kind of get into that mush type phase, which is what you want. Sounds a little weird to say you want muscles mushy, but you want muscles to be supple. You don't want them necessarily to be rigid, because rigid things tend to tear. And just kind of work on loosening up the area. Again, like I said, that even for seasoned foam rolling people, these motions can tend to be a little bit intense. So take your time with it. You know, again, you never want numbness, tingling into any of your extremities while you're doing this. If that is happening, stop. Probably sound like a parrot over and over saying that, but you'd be surprised. Sometimes you gotta tell people over and over again. Okay, we got 10 seconds left here. We're just gonna kind of roll, feel the good tension. Just release these anterior tib in front of the calf. Okay. And that's it. Okay, that, everyone, is the anterior tib foam roll for the front of the legs. Help kind of release all this musculature. Just kind of get good blood flow into there. Again, everyone, I hope you liked this video. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.